Okay, we're going to go live. I'm going to work more on these windows that kind of screwed up, for lack of a better way of putting it. And so I'm going to work on these. I'm going to lower this down. Okay. There we go. So I can reach them a little easier. So, plus you'll be able to see better too. Okay, let's get the cover off of this handy dandy palette here I have. And let's go. Okay, let's just start right in. Yeah, it's hard to have it's a dead horse. Okay, let's get some brushes going here. A warm day here, not near as bad as it has been, but still warm. It's warm upstairs, so you'll probably hear that fan going in the background again. Oh, let me bring up my photograph here. Let's get to do that. I don't want documents. Downloads. There we go. This is the Deckham Building on 3rd and Washington. It's a historical landmark. It was built at 18. I had it. 1892, I believe. No, 1882. And so it's an old building. That's going to be a darn old building. Like a cold beer on a hot day. Gotta straighten up these windows. Noticing last night I was missing a story. I was like, oh no. That's true. So get in there. I'm gonna add a little more bars, yellow. Put that down here. There it is. Fine Mars Yellows is one of the better ones for mimicking red brick. And also it's wonderful for if you need to add like rust to pipes and stuff like that. I find Mars Yellow works really good for that also. So get in here. Get this corrected. There's one problem up here. Right downtown. Downtown, things will be better for you. Downtown, downtown. Downtown, downtown. Do. Trying to think of the name of the singer. Priscilla's. Yeah. We're going to put the brickwork a lot more around that too. So, and this thing, this curb is close to almost there, and then you get like that. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting there because there's 3 stories here underneath this, and I was screwing up bad. So this is actually going to be like so, and it kind of bends out, which is interesting. I have like a sculpture. Down. I wanted to attack these windows because they were bothering the crap out of me. The faster you fix something, the better you feel about your painting, and the better you feel about your painting, the better the painting becomes. If that makes any sense. That's the truth. At least for me. Oh, that tasted good. Nothing like a cold beer on a hot day. I don't drink. I used to drink a lot of beer, and I don't drink that much of it anymore. And but every once in a while, like I said, a day like this where it's been hot all day long, it's really tasty. Excuse me. Having myself a Heineken. All right. Move that just a tad. Okay. There we go. Now we're getting this. These windows are all screwed up. Well, that's an art term, screwed up. Could use another term, but that's really inappropriate. Okay. I'm going to grab myself another brush here. More Prussian blue. Tom, things will be better for you. Down. Okay, this sticks out. These. And once again, it throws me for a loop. I see what it is. It comes in a little bit. I go, and these are like so. Talking to myself. No worries. Hey, Merrick. I think I got the Windows fixed. Yeah, Deccan Building, 1892 or 1882, I think actually. The whole building. Is it Petula Clark that sings Downtown, Merrick? I think that was her big hit, Petula Park, wasn't it? Hey, my God, I remembered her. I'm so proud of myself right now. I could just pee sideways. Oh my. Uh, let me add some more Van Dyke Brown. I might have to actually order some. I got to go through my. I have all these partially used tubes, and I need to go through and make sure I use all of them. Or buy some more. But Trula Clark, yeah. Was that her only big hit? I think it was. I was sad to see Michelle Nichols, pass away. But gosh, she lived to a nice ripe old age, 89. Yeah. Hey, Mavis. Yeah, it's cooling down, guys. We're supposed to have heat again, so don't get used to it. But yeah. The Deccan Building, the National Historic thing, so it won't get torn down. It's good. Downtown. Oh boy, doesn't take much for me. So how you doing, Mavis? Trula Clark. Not sure if she was just a one-hit wonder or. But I forget who in the heck it was that it was on a talk show. It just nailed the host because he was kind of making fun of her for being a one hit wonder. She says, "Well, at least I got a hit. You never had one." Like more power to you. Right back at him. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head for the rest of the evening. I want you to know that. I always like the song though. Whoa, whoa. Oh dear. Cool. Now we're getting there. Such a cool building too. I'm glad it's on the National Historic site. Very cool. Kind of bows out here because it has this cool sculpture that will kind of just hint that it's there. Whoa! You. Now we're going to start coming in and adding detail to these windows. And the sun, I determined, was kind of, well, you could tell it was overcast when I took the picture. So let's do that. I'm trying to give these windows depth because they have quite a bit of depth to them. I don't know why they did that with the building. I don't know if it was because it kind of helped protect them from the rain. That's my guess. Because now, most of the windows are almost flush with the house or flush with the building. In that day and age, they were always sunk way in. Oh, she did. Okay, cool. Yeah, roses. Bear with me. I was making a comment. It was, sad seeing the passing of Nichelle Nichols, but boy, what a force in history. I mean, you really think about it. She had this part on popular science fiction, and she just pretty much, she was a force. I always liked that story that she told about Martin Luther King pretty much ordered her to stay in the part because she was thinking of going back to Broadway. And he said, "No, you're not." Said, "You're too important." And I'm sure there was some people out there that were horrified to see a black female as an officer on a starship. Probably they didn't let their kids watch it. I'll leave it at that. Still love that it was Lucille Ball that was the one that got them the money to. Oh yeah, she definitely was. Well, I think that she came from Broadway, so I believe. Put the reflections into this because it's reflecting the building across the street, and then we're going to put the reflections. We're going to come back in here and put all the little, whatever you call those, cross beams or what do you want to call them. wouldn't be surprised you find out that she could probably dance really good too. Because she was like that triple threat, that comes out of Broadway. You got to know how to dance, you got to know how to sing, you got to know how to act. Heck of a lot more talented than William Shatner, in my opinion. Okay, I gotta take a look at the reflections here real close. And there's a right down the center of that one. Okay, two over. And right down that one is the fire escape. So we're gonna add that fire escape. In a smaller brush. You can tell it's warm. New paint's dry out. I'm gonna spray down. If you're doing acrylics, just get yourself your handy spray bottle and just spray it down. You need to do that sometimes when it's warm, or if you have heat blowing directly on them. Oh, I'm gonna have that song going through my head. Trula Clark. Okay, and then they have. Take a look. Ladders. It comes down the sides here. This needs to be up just a little more. We're going to work on that just a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. One coming over here. Oh. Yep, we're going to have that song stuck in my brain. I'll be sitting there humming it when I'm laying in bed trying to go to sleep. That's what I do. Downtown. Okay. Let me add just a smidgen of yellow. Downtown. It's almost going to look like sunshine, but it's not. It's actually reflections of the building across the way. Oh man, it doesn't take much. Okay, come all the way over to here. have that go through my head forever. When I get earworms, I get earworms. They're nuclear powered. Oh, I know she did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the original series. Some people probably could look at it and they think it's hokey, but it was really groundbreaking. It really was. Really before that, your science fiction was just a bunch of hokey crap, you know, and Star Trek kind of changed that, and suddenly at that time it looked realistic, and I always loved science fiction, as you know. I still do science fiction paintings. I won't ever give those up. I think sometimes when the fans are going, it either blows dust up or what, and I'll sneeze once in a while. I'm trying to think here. Okay. Now, come in here, brush. And brown and black together. Start adding the detail to these windows. Looks like they're just standard slide windows. You got to remember this predates air conditioning. Oh, can you imagine how hot, like this last like a few days could been in a building like that without any air conditioning? Oh Lord, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, and nobody would touch him with a 10-foot pole until Lucille Ball came along, and Lucille Ball was the one that says, "I think we've got something here." Which that all by itself makes her one of the most influential people in the 20th century because look who all came out of the Star Trek. The Star Trek geeks, who included Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, all those people that defined modern computing. They wanted to recreate the Star Trek. It's literally what it is. Bunch of Trekkie geeks. It's really true. Yeah, I've been up since a little bit before 4 this morning. I'm a little punchy. Forgive me. Uh, I have to be up at that time again on Friday, so that's all right. So I'm seem to be doing fine. I really like to walk to the Max train in the morning because it wakes you up. Kind of it helps. Plus, I get a little exercise. And guys knows I could use a little bit of that. Yep, I'm gonna have that song in my head. These are really in that deep. Well, what I thought was great about Gene Roddenberry too, he was insistent that it was going to be a diverse cast, and I thought that was really remarkable for somebody in this, mid '60s. When that thing came out in '66, that was still controversy. They still, you know, it's amazing how incredible. I mean, it's just amazing how much has changed, but at the same time, sometimes I get disappointed it hasn't changed enough. It's like, I got to do some serious cleaning up in this art room. I'm afraid that I'm going to see piles move all by themselves, and that's going to scare me. Ugh. Yeah, I just slowly work down on this one. Captain April. Oh yeah, I think they needed to change that. I think what's funny was Leonard Nimoy invented the pinch on the neck. They were going to have this fight scene. He says, "Oh no, no, no!" He says, "Bach is too cool for that," and so he did this pinch thing. And they said, "Stuck. That's it. We're keeping that." He said, "No, no, Spock would never. No." I think I told you I got to watch Leonard Nimoy. He came to my college. Gosh, that would have been 19. I would have been about 1984 or 80, that time frame. That's when he was doing it In Search of. Remember, he had that series, and I remember he had written a book. Kind of regretting that he had the role Spock, and then I loved what he said at that speech. He says, "I said then I had the epiphany." He says, "My God, I'm Spock. I'm the luckiest. I'm the luckiest actor on the planet to have landed that role." He said, presidents and kings and queens greet me when I land in their country because I'm Spock, you know." And he said, "How can you get that lucky?" He says, "There I was trying to run from it. Then I realized I needed to embrace it." It's like Daniel Radcliffe is uh, Harry, Harry Potter. He says, "Oh hell, Daniel Radcliffe has probably about $100 million in the bank because he was Harry Potter." Yeah. We're going to be working on these windows a while. Because there's a lot to this. There's this column that goes down this way. It's all made out of the brick. Imagine they quarried that brick here. But yeah, I wonder what type of stone that is, if that's granite or not. That's the base for it. I know the base. It was Pat, who every once in a while watches us here. It was Pat that told me about the base of the armory. I was doing a painting of the armory, and that was actually once ship ballast. They actually unloaded the ships and used that ballast in building. Isn't that something? So those black stones are actually ballast. Who knows where they're from? But that was used to keep the ships up, upright. You think about what they had to do to counterweight those sails. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now it's starting to come out. Yeah, I got those windows straightened up. They were bothering me. I was like going, something's wrong here. And then it was Merrick was watching me last night, and I said, "I'm missing a floor." That's what's wrong. Oh God. And he said, "Well, this as long as it's the 13th floor, or what do you call it, Merrick? 12A." That's what finally dawned on me what the problem was. Something's not lining up here, and then I realized I'm missing a floor. Okay. Downtown. I was just thinking it's so funny how we have that whole thing, and like I said before, they don't know where it came from either. Yeah, we're starting to come together now. It was struggling yesterday. That was for sure. It would have been interesting just to look at, because I looked it up. I think it was 1882 is when it was built. And you think about like modern plumbing and stuff like that. I'm kind of assuming they had plumbing in that, and oh God, that was. Wonder if it was electric or not. Let me see. I gotta look that up one more time. I had it up. Just out of my curiosity here. It's amazing what you can find out today. Yeah. Oh, completed in 1892. So yeah, they would probably totally electrified, because that was just coming in. That was new. Think about that. That was pretty new. You were fancy if you had electric lights at that time. so yeah. So I imagine they had elevators and everything. Said it was what it cost to originally build was, let me just looking this up, was $300,000. That's what it cost to build it in 1892, which is now equivalent to about $8 million. That's kind of interesting, huh? Oh, my fan is picking up the cool breeze outside, and it's like, oh, it feels so good. Ugh. But before you know it, we're back in the rain, and now my poor rosemary is dying on me. I had this really lush rosemary bush, and it suddenly decided to go brown on me, and I was like, "What's going on with you?" And I looked it up, and it says it went through like a cold, wet winter, which we had. They said it doesn't like that, and it says it doesn't like too much water. So I've been actually thinking I needed to water it more because it looked like it was really dry, and it turns out that I was wrong. So, yeah. So I'm going to do the reverse and see if I can't save it, because it makes such wonderful rosemary. I like rosemary. Yummy on the baked ham and everything else. My dahlias are finally starting to bloom. Gosh, I tell you, everything was late this year, really late. Enjoy it while you've got it. That's what I say. Okay, and we're gonna have to do all these fire escapes. There you go, Mike. You can come up with the word. Buddy. That needs to come down about here. Come there with another brush. Needs to go closer here. Yeah. Come back in here with that. Coming in with the dark hair. That needs to come down even sharper. Talking to myself, full conversation again. Yeah, my banana tree's doing some weird things, but it's still looking really healthy. It's just that it's got a couple of leaves that are kind of turned around with them yellowing a little bit, but I think that's okay. It's just that this year has been a really hard year, but I'm getting ripe tomatoes finally, and I've got some big ones coming on. Yay! Gosh, I'm probably gonna have to support the ones where the big ones are, so they don't just suddenly break on me. I've never had the hugest luck with tomatoes, but I'm thinking I might finally have some decent tomatoes. That would be. There's nothing better than a garden tomato. I'll tell you that one right now. Phew. There's nothing in a store that can match it. I tell you. Pop that off the vine and pour a little salt on it and bite right into it. Oh. We've got some big ones coming on, and I'm like, well, yes. And with this heat, they're going to ripen pretty quickly. Just might be able to get finished with this one next episode. Stepping back. Oh, I know. When my parents had I think actually at the time it was still my grandparents. They had a little cabin on a lake, and there were some farms that you went by, and there was one that was a sunflower farm, and that's exactly how you see thousands of sunflowers, and all of them pointing at the same direction. It was cool. I have not been able to grow a sunflower in ages. I was actually kind of known for having big sunflowers, and I don't know what the heck it was. It's suddenly they stopped liking me. I don't know what it is, but They constantly get eaten by slugs, and that's the end of it. I even started them inside this year, hoping they would get it. Nope, no, it didn't even grow. Hello, Susan. Greetings. Nice seeing you. Thank you for stopping by. Hope everything's good with you. And a little bit of white, black, a little bit of brown. Deckham building. And a little more white. Oh boy, that song's gonna be in my head for a while. Okay. Ah. Okay. Add a little bit of unpronounceable blue. There it is. white than that. Boom. More white. My God, that hour's ripping by. Oh, now I got a Shirley Temple song going through my head. It's a good ship, a lollipop. Oh, good gosh. Oh, my goodness. And I don't know the rest of the words. They're like, oh my God, seek help, Mike, seek help, seek help. Oh, well, heck, I think we might be able to get done with this the next session. I do. I want to put more people, the characters here so you can really make them out a little more. And we got the jewelry store here. What is that? The State Jewelry Company. Hopefully they're still in existence. This COVID thing was a nightmare for so many businesses. I'm always afraid to find out if they're gone or not. But well, when every time I do a painting, is a snap picture of something in time, So it's a Bombay. No idea why. Just a little more here. Okay. Well, that's all she wrote for tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, good. Oh, jeez. All right. On that note, I'm going to end it this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay cool. I mean, right now we're in a little bit of a cool down, at least here in Portland, but it's supposed to get pretty hot again this weekend. So stay cool, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you to all those healthcare workers and all those people that have been keeping us going for the last few years. Thank you so much. And we got the Deckham building here, right there on 3rd and Washington. So take care. Robust. See you. Hopefully, I should be back on tomorrow at 8:00. I might do Empire. Who knows? I might even work on this. I don't know. But that's the plan. So see you next time. Bye-bye. I'll probably get sued. Oh, well.